Capricorn Horoscope. First half of September 2025, a thaiastrology forecast. A breath of fresh air for Capricorn. Hello, dear Capricorn. If you were born between January 15th and February 12th in thaiastrology, or between December 22nd and January 19th in Western astrology, this message is for you. The first half of September 2025 feels like the beginning of a slow but steady shift in your life. 4 months now. Many Capricorns have felt the weight of heavy responsibilities, uncertain circumstances, and the need to constantly solve problems that seem to appear one after another. But as September opens, the skies show a different story. The planets are rearranging themselves in ways that suggest new support systems are forming. Love and relationships may blossom. Opportunities for work, money, and creative ventures are opening up. And most importantly, many of the obstacles that weighed on you before are finally beginning to ease. In Thai astrology, when certain planets hold a standard of Raja Yoga, or can call royal fortune, or Maha Acha, or known as exaltation, it marks a time when destiny gives you gifts, sometimes subtle, sometimes obvious, but always meaningful. And during this first half of September, Capricorn is touched by both. Let us walk through the planetary influences step by step, and I'll give you real-life examples so you can see how this energy may play out in your daily life. Venus, the magnet of charm and relationships. The first planet to highlight is Venus, which in this period holds the standard of Raja Yoga. Venus and your magnetism. When Venus is strong, you naturally radiate charm. People notice you. They think of you kindly, they remember your name, and they feel drawn to your presence. For Capricorn, who often works quietly and steadily without always seeking attention, this is a refreshing change. Imagine you are in your office, normally the kind of person who does their work in silence. Suddenly, colleagues are approaching you for advice, or your boss is giving you credit in a meeting. Maybe a friend who hasn't contacted you in months suddenly calls and says, "I thought of you today, and I just wanted to check in." This is Venus in action, making you visible in subtle, graceful ways. Venus and career blessings. Venus also rules your house of work and house of creativity or children. This means work-related matters are touched with favor. You might receive assignments that unexpectedly highlight your strengths. You could be asked to take on a responsibility that looks difficult, but actually turns into a stepping stone for future growth. Some Capricorns might even receive gifts or tokens of appreciation at work, not just money, but gestures like a small bonus, a thoughtful gift, or public recognition. For example, picture a Capricorn teacher who has been tirelessly working with students. During this period, she may suddenly be nominated for a teaching award or receive a surprise thank you gift from parents. The effort she thought went unnoticed is suddenly appreciated. Venus and love. On the personal side, Venus signals the possibility of new relationships. This doesn't always mean romance, though for many single Capricorns, romance is very much on the table. It could also mean forming meaningful friendships, mentorships, or professional alliances that become long-lasting. Imagine meeting someone at a networking event, and instead of just exchanging business cards, you find yourself in a deep conversation that sparks a real bond. Or perhaps a casual friendship suddenly deepens into something more serious. This is Venus opening doors. Venus and responsibilities. However, Venus also brings a reminder of responsibilities. There may be ongoing obligations you need to attend to, caring for a family member, taking responsibility for a pet, or managing something valuable in your possession. It may feel like a burden at first, but the cosmic advice is this: do not resist it. These responsibilities actually bring blessings in disguise. Think of it like this: a Capricorn who reluctantly agrees to help a sibling care for their children may discover joy in bonding with the nieces and nephews, or even gain inspiration for a creative project. The responsibility comes with hidden gifts. Mercury, the messenger of travel, investment, and wisdom. Next, we look at Mercury, which becomes especially important around September 11th. On this date, Mercury moves into the position of Maha Acha, or known as exaltation, and Gurathibity in your house of fortune and higher learning. This is a powerful placement. It indicates a time of wisdom, blessings, and fruitful new beginnings. Mercury and travel. Some Capricorns may find themselves called to travel during this period. It could be a literal trip, perhaps a short journey for work, a spiritual retreat, or even a holiday that refreshes your spirit. Or it could be a metaphorical journey, starting a new educational path, enrolling in a course, or learning a skill that expands your worldview. For instance, a Capricorn who has been thinking about studying digital marketing might suddenly find the perfect course, and not only that, a scholarship or discount makes it possible. Or another Capricorn might be invited on a last-minute work trip abroad that leads to important connections. Mercury and investments. This placement also favors investments, financial or intellectual. Perhaps you decide to invest in stocks, crypto, or property. Or maybe you invest in yourself, a course, a new laptop, or a training program. The key is that these investments will carry long-term benefits, provided you make them with wisdom. For example, a Capricorn who decides to spend money on upgrading their home office may find that the improved productivity quickly pays off in new contracts. Mercury and caution. But here's the caution. Mercury also rules your house of enemies. This means you must be careful about communication, contracts, and technology. Double-check your emails before sending. Be careful with what you say, especially in heated conversations. Read the fine print before signing agreements. Back up your data in case of tech glitches. Think of it this way. A Capricorn signs a contract in haste and later realizes a hidden clause creates trouble. Or a careless remark at work accidentally offends a colleague. These are avoidable if you stay mindful. The advice: communicate with clarity, patience, and respect. Use Mercury's wisdom to uplift rather than provoke. Mars and Fracate. The fiery shifts. Two other planets make big moves in mid-September, Mars on September 12th and Fracate on September 13th. Mars in the house of work and property. When Mars enters your house of work, energy around career and property matters becomes unstable. Opportunities may appear quickly, but disappear just as fast. A sudden job offer may look attractive, but vanish due to unforeseen circumstances. A potential real estate deal may fall through at the last minute. Work assignments may come with urgency, requiring immediate action. For example, a Capricorn realtor might suddenly get 3 potential buyers in 1 week, only to see 2 of them back out unexpectedly. The lesson here is not to panic. Mars brings fast-moving energy, and while it may feel chaotic, it also forces you to become more decisive and adaptable. Fracate's shift. Relief from enemies on September 13th. Fracate moves out of your house of enemies. This is excellent news. Problems, hidden obstacles, or conflicts that have been bothering you may begin to fade. Relief comes in situations that once felt like constant battles. For example, a Capricorn who has been dealing with a difficult coworker may find that the person is transferred, resigns, or simply softens their attitude. Or a legal matter that has been dragging on may finally start to clear up. Fracate in the house of creativity. But Fracate doesn't just disappear. It moves into your house of creativity and joins Uranus. This combination is unusual but beneficial. It can bring unexpected luck through creativity, short-term projects, or even speculative ventures. For instance, a Capricorn enters a small online contest and unexpectedly wins a prize. Another Capricorn takes a creative risk in their business, like trying a new marketing idea, and it suddenly goes viral. Even playful activities, like spending time with children or exploring hobbies, can spark surprising opportunities. The message here: be open to experimentation. Even small ideas may lead to breakthroughs. The larger picture, where Capricorn stands beyond these planetary movements, there are broader themes to keep in mind. Rahu remains stable in your house of earnings. This means you continue to have ways to make money consistently. Even if some sources close, others open. It's like water flowing around rocks. Your income stream finds its path. Jupiter, however, still sits in your house of enemies. This means while many problems are clearing, some lessons remain. Jupiter here reminds you, growth comes from challenge. The teacher planet is still ensuring you don't grow complacent. But compared to earlier months, the situation is improving. The storms are calming. You are beginning to see sunlight break through the clouds. Conclusion: from heaviness to hope. So, dear Capricorn, the first half of September 2025 is like stepping out of a long tunnel. Venus gives you charm, opportunities in love, and support from others. Mercury opens doors for travel, learning, and investments, while reminding you to speak and act with care. Mars shakes up work and property, but teaches you agility. Fracate clears old enemies and gives you creative surprises. And overall, the weight on your shoulders begins to ease. If you felt tested, burdened, or overlooked, this is your signal that better days are arriving. Like a mountain climber reaching a plateau after a steep climb, you now have a chance to catch your breath, look at the view, and prepare for the next upward journey with renewed strength. Capricorn, you are known for patience, endurance, and wisdom. This half month gives you the proof that your persistence pays off. Opportunities will not only appear, they will recognize you, seek you out, and bless you in ways you may not have expected. So step into September with open eyes, a clear heart, and the confidence that destiny is beginning to turn in your favor.